Making money as an online coach in 2025 is on easy mode, and I'm definitely living proof of this, but there's one part that people are missing whenever they try to get started as an online coach. And in reality, if you are able to actually implement this strategy, then it is easy to start making money quickly as an online coach with little to no experience coaching in any particular niche. So about a year ago, I wanted to just make an extra couple $1,000s a month. I live in New York City. The living expenses are extremely high, rent is high. And so I just wanted to make some extra income on the side with some sort of side hustle. And so I began posting on TikTok about relationships, dating, breakups, because I had some experience with that in my own life. But honestly, I had no more experience than you probably have right now in your own life. At first, the quality of my TikToks were terrible, but I was sticking to one key strategy that I'm gonna share with you, which allowed me to scale my audience pretty quickly and start making money by month 3. By month 3, I was making about $5,000 per month. And again, my goal was just to only make a couple extra $1,000s per month. So when I started making $5,000 a month after just 3 months, I knew that this was a gold mine. And then by month 6, I was making consistently over $10,000 per month. So I'll just dive right into it. The missing piece that most people are overlooking when they're trying to get started as an online coach is they're focusing too much on technicalities and not enough on storytelling. Now, don't get me wrong, technicalities are important because you do want to seem like you're educated within the niche that you're coaching in. And so you definitely want to be able to break down and educate people with specific technical stuff. You want to be able to have that aspect because you need to come across as informed if people are going to pay you for your coaching service. Now, in my case, what I did was I wanted to bring out my personality while educating people in my TikTok posts. So I did study the theories of relationships, attachment styles, breakups, no contact, stuff like this. I did study that and I did learn the technical stuff. But when I was delivering my content, I was doing it in my voice, in my personality, and I was building up a brand that people can trust. A lot of the clients that I work with, when they book calls with me, they'll literally tell me, in your videos, when I watch your content, it feels like I am talking to a friend. So the key here is you have to focus on building a brand as an online coach. You have to have a personality. If I were to break down the 2 key components of becoming an online coach and making money quickly as an online coach, I would say that the first pillar is your story, your unique story, your brand, your personality. And then the second pillar is you do have to be strategic. You do have to understand the technical stuff, and you want to be able to paint a roadmap, a strategic roadmap for your audience. And these things go hand in hand. If you're able to communicate in your own unique personality and bring that across the screen to the people who are consuming your content, while also talking about technical stuff, and using storytelling to depict a roadmap of how someone can get from point A to point B, that is what is going to help you actually gain people's attention, retain their attention, and then eventually turn them into paying customers. So for example, in my case, if I were talking about a breakup scenario in one of my pieces of content, I'm going to talk about the technical stuff like attachment styles and how an ex's attachment style may manifest in their unique scenario, but I'm going to deliver it like I'm their friend. I'm going to talk to them like I'm sitting on the couch with them having a beer. Now, the other piece to this that a lot of online coaches who are just getting started will overlook is you need to have some sort of personal story about why you got into this. You need to have some sort of story where you climbed the mountain that your potential customer is trying to climb as well. Especially if you're just getting started as an online coach, maybe you don't have that many testimonials. And so you want to kind of use your own life experience as a testimonial. Another tip that online coaches don't actually implement is that you need to actually read some of the books that are within the niche of what you're trying to coach in. For example, the last book that I read is The Art of Seduction by Robert Greene. This is a very famous author, so when I'm actually quoting him in my TikToks and relating it to a breakup scenario or a relationship scenario, it is showing my audience that I'm actually studying what I'm talking about. What you also want to do to build credibility as a new online coach is you want to talk about a wide variety of subjects and scenarios within your niche. So let's just say, for example, you were a fitness coach. You want to make TikToks addressing different stuff, mobility, how to burn fat, how to build muscle, how to be good at calisthenics. You want to be addressing different things so that it seems like you are an expert across the board in fitness, because people are going to have different interests within that niche. People are going to have different goals. And what I coach on, people have different scenarios, right? Relationships can be really different across the board, and people come to me because I talk to them in a relatable way. I'm able to tell stories. I've shown that I'm well read within the subject. I'm well educated. I understand the technical stuff. I'm able to build out roadmaps, and I'm posting about a wide variety of different topics and scenarios within my niche. And keep in mind, I'm mentioning TikTok here, but you can also leverage YouTube. If you're able to make a couple YouTube videos per week that are 10 or 15 minutes long, you can use a tool called Opus that will chop up your YouTube videos into 10 to 15 shorts, which you can post on your TikTok and YouTube shorts as well. So when you're just getting started, those first 3 to 6 months, you want to be trying to put out at least 3 pieces of content per day. What you don't need to worry about, and this is another misconception, is you don't need to have highly edited quality videos when you're first getting started. What you need to be focusing on is your unique brand and understanding the technical aspects of what you're trying to coach in. So overall, if you're focused on your brand and if you're focused on pumping out as much content as possible while sounding relatable and educated, then you should have no issue scaling up your business as an online coach, whatever your niche is. And if you need help picking a niche, definitely check out my other videos on that, or feel free to connect with me. You can find information on how to work with me down below in my description.